So next we shall see the price of the substitute good and complementary good. So what are substitute good and what are complementary goods? So all these types of goods we'll just see. So what are substitute goods? You can see here, substitute goods are those goods which can be used in the place of another good. So what are substitute good? What are complementary good? You may be asked for 2 marks question. Normal good, inferior good, and there are different kinds of goods. So first we can talk about the substitute good and the complementary goods. So what are substitute goods? Substitute goods are those goods which can be used in place of another good. So for example, tea or coffee. So now you're very tired enough, you want to have something very hot. You can either have coffee or either have a tea. That's not a matter. So but something you want to have it hot. So instead of coffee, you can have tea. So both are going to be giving you some relief. So this is called as a substitute good. So you can take an example for Pepsi and Cocoa. So all are going to be cool drink and all are going to be hot drink. But preferences is going to be yours based on your income. You prefer to buy commodities. So which gives the same level of satisfaction. You can take various examples. This is an example for you to have a better understanding where Coke or Pepsi is going to be the same thing which you are going to be consuming, either coffee or tea. So in a hot sun, you will love to have cool drinks. Either it is Coca-Cola or Pepsi. When you want to have something very hot in your winter season, you can have for your tea or coffee, which is going to be giving you satisfaction. This is called as a substitute good. So next you can see a complementary good. So what are complementary goods? Complementary goods are those goods which are consumed together. Example, car and petrol. So pen and ink. Now if you can see, the car and petrol are going to be one of the complementary goods. So one cannot exist without the other. So you need to have, suppose you want to walk also, you need to have 2 legs. Suppose you don't have 1 leg, you cannot manage to walk. At least you need to have a support to have at least a stick to handle, and you have to walk with the clutches. The same way, even for the car, without a petrol, a car cannot run. So car, the price of the car also has variation. If the want for the car, you need to have the petrol. The same even for the pen and ink. You want to write either ball pen or ink pen. Both are going to be writing. So preference is yours, but pen needs an ink. Whether it is ball pen ink or ink, what you're going to be writing in your ink pen. So the substitute goods, you can see how the change in the price of the cocoa affect the demand for the Pepsi. So when there is a change in the price, the demand for the substitute goods also has changes. As the price of the Coke increases, demand for Pepsi increases. So substitute goods are also going to be having a decrease. As you can see, the price of the Coke goes down, the demand for the Coke goes up. So demand for Pepsi also goes down. So the price of the Coke decreases, the demand for the Pepsi also decreases. So price of the complementary goods. So price of the, how a change in the price of a car affect the demand for petrol. You can see when the price of the car is going to be higher and higher, the people do not like to buy the car because the rate of the petrol will also be increasing. So when the petrol rate is going to be very, very less, the demand for car will be more. So you will have a reverse relationship between the car and the petrol. So the price for a car decreases, the demand for petrol increases. So price of the complementary goods. So price of a car goes up, demand for a car goes down, demand for petrol goes down, the price also for the demand and petrol has decreases. So taste and preferences of the consumer, the determinants of demand, we were just talking about the different kinds of taste and preferences. So demand for the cool drinks raises during the summer season and demand for the hot coffee raises during the winter season. So there are 4 different types of goods, namely consumption goods, capital good, intermediate good, and final good. So consumption goods. Consumption goods are those goods which are used directly for the satisfaction of human wants. So these are going to be the consumption goods. For example, fruits and vegetables, phone, bus, and clothes. So capital goods are those goods used in the production of goods and services. So capital goods can be used in the production of goods of the other. So you can see which can be used again and again for the long period of time. So capital goods can be used again and again in the production over a considerable period of time. So intermediate goods. So intermediate goods are goods which can be used for the production of goods for other goods as their raw materials are known as intermediate good. For example, the raw cotton, which has been a material, that good is being converted into a cloth. So it takes the place of various stages to be converted as a cloth. So you have an intermediate. So the raw cotton cannot directly be consumed by us. It has to be converted as a thread, and thread as a cloth, and then as a material to be used. So the same, you can take an example even for the wood. The wood which is being grown in the forest converted into a blocks, and then it is going to be converted into a furniture which is ready for consumption. So intermediate goods can be used up in a single act of production. The capital goods and intermediate goods. So what are these two? Capital goods and intermediate good together are called as producer good, because huge amount of money is required for the production of the commodities. So without the help of the intermediate good, you cannot produce any good of their own. So you need to have these two at a time. So capital good and intermediate good together give you the producer good, which is going to be the output ready for consumption. So final goods. So final goods are those goods which are being purchased for final use by the final user, as known as a final good. So it is ready for consumption, ready to use it. That is called as a final good. So you can see this wheat. You can take the bread and butter, what have been given an example. That is going to be the first good which is going to be grown in the field. The wheat is being converted as a flour, as an intermediate good, and the flour is being converted as a bread. Today it is ready for consumption. So consumption goods are also known as final consumer good. So here you can see the tractors to plow the land. So this is also going to be the different kinds of equipments which is being required. It is going to be a raw material that is being assembled together, and then it is ready for consumption. So for example, you can see the tires, the wheel, the bolt, the nut, and etc. All the equipments which is being required to manufacture one tractor has to be taken so much of process to be converted. It has a process of intermediate good, and then it is having the final stage called as a final good ready for using it. So you can take different examples like your car, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, train, etc. So there are so many commodities which is going to be in the final good. So only final goods are included in the national income, because these are the only goods which give us national income. So there are so many other goods also, but we do not get income for the nation. But we get 100% of national income only from the final goods, but not from the intermediate and the other goods. So free goods are those goods which are being used for consumption. For example, clothes, the houses, the land, and the etc. So you can see the inferior goods, frozen goods, vegetables, cigarettes, processed cheese, margarine, tainted meat, value brand bread, etc. So these are all also going to be some of the different types of goods which are being consumed. Substitute goods. So you know what are the substitute goods? A good used instead of another. So you can take various examples, like you want to be consuming the train or car or cycle or bus. That's going to be your consumption. A good used instead of another good. It is going to be a called as substitute good. So it may be a potato or tea or a coffee or Colgate paste or any other different kinds of paste, cool drinks, or you can see the McDonald's or your burgers, what you're going to be having. So complementary goods are those goods which cannot exist without the help of the other. Both are being required, like your pen and ink, or you can take your two legs to walk also. You can take the DVD player and your CD player, where if you have a DVD player without a CD player, you cannot watch anything. So that is also going to be useful. So Giffen's goods. So Giffen goods are those goods whose demand curve does not meet with the first demand rule, that is the price and quantity required by Giffen good are called as Giffen's good. The price raises and the quantity raises. Suppose the price is too less, demand will be high. Whereas when the price is high, the quantity what we purchase will be less. So this is called as the demands defense good.